What is going on, everyone? It is Thursday, which means there's football in a few hours here today, but these are only for the Sunday and Monday games. For QB, we have to start off with Derek Carr going up against the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons led up 27 Fanduel points against Jameis Winston and the Buccaneers last week. I'm also looking at Cam Newton just because of his running ability, and I think he's going to cause a big problem, and I think he's definitely going to get another rushing touchdown. Next up at running back, we have CJ Anderson. He's facing Indianapolis, and they are just not good against the rush. And CJ catches it out of the backfield a lot. He was targeted 5 times, so he could make do with some pretty good yardages there. And this is basically his offense with the new quarterback coming in and everything. So this is his offense, and he showed that against Carolina, putting up 28 FanDuel points. Next up, D'Angelo Williams. He's 33 years old, but still showed that he could put up a show. And he did that with 32 FanDuel points last week against Washington. We took him that game. And the combination between Le'Veon Bell and D'Angelo Williams, it's ridiculous. They got two nasty running backs who are just absolutely ridiculous. Next up, we have Deshaun Jackson. He always does good when he plays in this conference against, whether it's against Dallas, New York. He always does good, and Kirk Cousins really targeted him here last game. Targeted him 6 or 10 times, and he had 6 receptions for 100 yards. So I expect him probably to get a touchdown here. Honestly, he'll probably get a breakaway and score because the Dallas defense is really questionable right now, even though I like Dallas. I'm a Dallas fan. Next up is Amari Cooper. Again, I expect Derek Carr to probably be the best QB this week, and he's facing the Falcons, so he could definitely get it done. And his main guy, Amari Cooper, is going to have a day. Expect him to get his first receiving touchdown of the year. Next up, you guys are probably going to go crazy over this, but I'm picking Cole Beasley because he got 12 targets. This is what happens when you have a rookie quarterback. He looks for the safe options, and that's exactly what Dak Prescott does. He's going to look for the check down options and the safe options, and Cole Beasley is that man. As you could see in week 1, he got 12 targets, and he caught 8 of those for 65 yards. So he won't have too many yards, but this is PPR, so catches count. And I expect at least around 75 yards. Maybe if we're lucky, he'll break one into the end zone. But I'm not really expecting him to be thrown to in the end zone once they get there. More Ezekiel Elliott's poison when they're in the red zone. But he's going to be a monster target, especially with Josh Norman on Dez Bryant. Next here we have Delaney Walker at tight end. The veteran running back or tight end here. We took him last week, but he was really a bust and only got targeted 5 times. Do not know exactly why, but I mean, they had to throw the ball, and against the Detroit Lions, they should have no problem really throwing the ball. The Vikings are a lot better defensive team than the Detroit Lions, and he should have a lot better game. Even though he did get thrown to in the end zone, but couldn't come down with the catch, so what are you going to do? That's going to happen, and he'll get in the end zone this week. we're staying with my kicker, Dan Bailey, here, as Dak Prescott, somehow they have a trouble scoring in the red zone. So that's where Dan Bailey comes in, kicks that 40-yard field goal, and he's automatic. So I don't really have to worry about his scoring here. Next up is the Baltimore Ravens. We're really just here to pick on the Cleveland Browns offense. I mean, RG3 went down. RG3 wasn't really that good of a quarterback. Like, he didn't do much. So they got their own one back in McCown, I think it is. Yeah, I think he's taken over. So they should be alright, but they're going to make mistakes and they don't really have any receivers. So I think the Baltimore Ravens should be fine with that. That's my lineup for this Sunday and Monday. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace.